Hey, what's up guys? Commander Alex here, and today we have a cool little news video for you guys about a little teaser that Vainglory released on their Twitter and their Facebook pages. Now we believe that this is for update 2.1, but we really can't say for sure because it doesn't tell us a whole lot. So first off, let's look at the tweet itself. It's the exact same message on Facebook, so I'm not going to show you both of them, but if you would like to check, then obviously you can do so. So basically this is what it says. Not all heroes wear a cape, but in Vainglory, they do wear a badge. And then attached to that is this image. It's kind of like a banner with a hotness logo and ice, and it says the one. We don't really know what it means. And honestly, I've been grilling the Vainglory devs, trying to get some answers for you guys. I was like, you got to give me something to go on here, right? You got to throw me a bone, have me, be able to tell them something. But they were pretty tight-lipped about it. They didn't tell me really anything. And currently, I'm not even in the PvE because they're doing some overhaul changes on that. So I have no idea what this is. I can't even speculate for you guys what this is. But there are some possibilities that people have come up with in the community that I think could be maybe something that this might relate to, or maybe even the answer. So some of the options are, and these are not in any particular order. People believe that this could be like a karma badge that you can get on the loading screen. So the idea behind this would be that, if you have really good karma, you would get this cool little badge that would display on the loading screen, and that way people would know that like you were a nice player. Now, honestly, I don't think this one's really all that true, but there's a possibility it could be true, and I mean, it would work with the whole idea of a badge, but what that doesn't explain is why it says the one in the picture, and what it has to do with all the heroes wearing capes and stuff. So that one's maybe, but that's probably unlikely. What is kind of interesting though is that the text, the one that it has in that image, is actually the same name of a hero, or rather player, that they had in a very early ad that they made for Vainglory. So I'll link that in the description down below, and I will play that at the end of the video so that you can watch it and kind of learn what I'm talking about, but I don't want to play it all here because that'll just take up too much time. But the idea behind the ad was basically, it was all about having LAN parties and things, and there was the one who was this really good Vainglory player that ended up coming in and smashing everybody, and it was really fun. And then they used the one in this, and you gotta wonder, why would there be that connection unless there was some sort of, carryover or something? So there's a few options that people come up with that could explain that connection. The first is that these badges are for LAN party people. So the ad was about a LAN party. What if Vainglory were to be holding their own, IRL LAN parties all over the world, and they were going to be giving out badges in game to represent people who had gone to them? That was one option, and that would kind of tie together a lot of things, including badges, including the name the one, and kind of including how those all work together. So it works pretty well. The other option is that Vainglory is going to be starting to do more advertising. People think that they're trying to bring back the idea of the one as like a fictional character that Vainglory has, kind of like how Game of War has like the Legend 27, and I think they're going to do a lot more advertising. I think that's possible, but I don't know if that's what this teaser is actually about. Like, I feel like they wouldn't tease that they're going to be advertising more. I think that's kind of weird for a company to do. So that's the other option that people come up with that I don't think is all that good. But the option that I personally feel is probably the most likely, and again, this is just my personal speculation, I think that they're going to be introducing a new bracket, if you will, for the different tiers in Vainglory. So currently you have tiers 1 through 10, with 10 being Vainglorious, and that's where it caps out. There's actually quite a few players that are Vainglorious right now, believe it or not. I'm personally POA, and I have tons and tons of friends who are Vainglorious, when, just half a year ago or a year ago, it was very rare or uncommon to see a Vainglory player. So what I think they're having is an issue where too many players are getting Vainglorious, and it's shifting the bell curve that is the statistical distribution of skill in Vainglory too far towards the right. That is, more and more players are getting better and better, and so this curve is shifting too far over. So what they have to do to kind of combat that is they have to introduce a new tier. So what I think this is going to be is a challenger tier. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, in League of Legends they have this thing called the challenger bracket, which is basically a list of the top 200 people in each server region, and that is the maximum number of people that can be in that tier. So basically, even if there were, 3,000 people that were within one elo point of each other, all you would have is the top 200 in the challenger bracket. So it would be like the best of the best, the top 200 in that server region. And that way they could take a little bit of the pressure off of the Vainglory skill tier because it's getting too saturated right now. So that's what I think this represents. I think that you would get a badge if you got this challenger bracket. And I think that's why this kind of all circles around the one who's supposed to be this really, really good player. So again, there's definitely some things that are unanswered there, but this is definitely a cryptic teaser. Tell me what you guys think about it. Do you have like crazy ideas that I haven't even thought of? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it, and I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on any news that Vainglory releases as soon as I possibly can. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.